Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for returning to my channel. My name is Robert Tercier. I'm a former dismissed graduate student from the University of Miami. I was dismissed 2 months before graduating with over $360,000 in student loans. So my plan here on YouTube is to share my story so that you may learn from my mistakes, so that you may spot um, a similar situation that you are being set up for, and also to prevent, to speak to moms and dads with um, children, or I should say with their kids that are in college age, to know what they are up against and what some of these institutions are capable of doing. So I recently also interviewed a student, a former student from the same program that I got dismissed from. We started together, but this gentleman is 43 years old and he was dismissed in the third semester of the program. So he was dismissed around December. We both started together in January, right? So his dismissal was, he quit the program, but his removal was mostly centered around bullying him and some discrimination, because the faculty made several remarks about his age, and one time telling him, by his statement, telling him that he had a long road ahead of him. He was taking on a lot, that type of remark. And but where we have so much in common, his name is Ariel, Mr. Ariel and I, is the uh, the bullying, the how they were so unprofessional with us, setting us up for failure. On the university's website, I can post that for you to see. The university proclaims to be a place of nurturing for students, support, obviously the equity, inclusion, and diversity statements that they make. But I didn't experience no equity, no diversity, no inclusion, and certainly not a nurturing environment that they treated me and Mr. Ariel. We did not get that per their quote unquote promise. If anything, we were bullied. We were, I've had several occasions where I had personal meeting with them in their offices, where I was being intimidated by the professors. I was being gaslit. Okay, strawman. They strawman me a lot, picking specific point of any point I raised to discredit what I was saying, to get me to admit to any wrongdoing. A lot of psychological games, asking me how I was doing, and when I give them an answer, and they would just then go into their frenzy of saying, "No, you're wrong, you're wrong." First of all, so you must know these things as a potential student. I'm sincerely, I sincerely hope and know, probably know that most universities around the country are not behaving that way. But you want to know those that are doing stuff like that, because it's this kind of debt is the kind of burden that can destroy your financial future for decades to come. So, having said that, this YouTube channel, I opened it specifically for that reason, to speak to my viewers, to warn the public, and with the public good in mind. It's important that we do our part as members of society to reduce the potential harm of certain individuals. These characteristics are in every one of us. This tendency to want to hurt others, but human beings, we should have the ability to know where the line is, um, where where just where you go from the typical tendencies that are part of your the dark side of your personality. You got to know where a healthy individual knows where to stop. So basically, that's what I'm saying. So, Student Rights Advocator is the name of this channel, and the plan is to have with the help of social media, to expose institutions that are perpetuating discrimination and institutional racism, starting with the University of Miami. That's the very top, because that's where I experienced that. In addition, we want to, the overall plan, maybe in a few more years or so, once I'm done with my battle and my struggle, I want to turn back and have a forum where I can hopefully get donations to pay the attorney fees of in my the students that come to this organization, to help them, to give them legal advice, to help them write letters and go through the appeal process. I want to speak a lot about the OCR, for the Office of Civil Rights for minorities. Actually, the OCR helps anyone really, as long as, because you could be discriminated against, whether you're white, you have a disability, or you're a woman. Discrimination is such a broad situation, and the work that the OCR is doing is absolutely incredible. Without institutions like that, we would go back to the civil rights days, even prior to that, where a certain group of the population feels like they have all power and all rights over others, almost like a Machiavellian type of tendencies. So you have to know. My plan is to teach you as little as I know. I still want to share what I know to help you from falling into this trap in the future. So having said that, please follow my channels. I'm on TikTok. The name of my TikTok channel is at We Will Fight UM, and the name of this channel you're watching is Student Rights Advocator. I'm also on Facebook. First name Robert, and the last name is Tercier, Tercier. Follow the channels. Let's get the conversation going. Let's get the viewership. Let's get all of this attraction and attention, so that we can help the public from avoiding falling into this kind of malicious acts of some of these professors and deans. Having said that, thanks for your support. All the people that I have had several anonymous, good, warm-hearted individuals that have helped some of my views to increase. Please subscribe. Please help and help and help. This is we have a civil responsibility to help stamp out evil from this world. This world has enough evil, and no institution with the resources that this university has should remain in the dark, should remain in secrecy, and still allowed to hurt innocent, vulnerable people. When you pass a student a bill of $360,000, you have technically given them a financial death sentence. They can go to their graves and not finish half of that bill, and then obviously the bill could be passed on to their kids. So we have to hold University of Miami accountable for this egregious act. I'm asking for your support. That's all. Thank you so much for watching.